Hey, what's up? It's your boy Bobby Sapphire, and it is time for the swoo swoo hype train. Swoo hype train. I think I can get a swoo swoo sound effect. Yeah, it is the week of the release, and no events are to be found. But no fear, have no fear. The community is to the rescue. I'm here as always with my buddy Justin. What's up, Justin?
What's happening, man? I am rocking Kobe tonight. A
Ooh.
true 80-point game, not stat padded. I don't know if you follow the ridiculousness that happened last night. That might hit us in the comments about stat padding. I don't know what the equivalent in SWU is of stat padding. Maybe it's winning like 4-person PQs. But yeah, going in early today. Let's go.
It's like
Firing it off.
your opponent has no cards in hand, and you're still like building your board before tacking.
Yeah, I guess but that doesn't go in the record books. I guess it would be
right.
like, yeah, I'm not sure. I think like maybe stacking the PQs might be.
It'd be like just like winning like. Well, I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to initiate anyone, but
Justin just did. So
yeah.
I mean, I follow.
I'm rocking my boy Kobe. Kobe's now third all time in scoring because of a ridiculous NBA event last night.
Well,
but yeah,
I loved following Kobe's career when he would go to those trials and then like fly home and then drop like 80 or whatever. It was like just the craziest
81?
time.
81, a pure 81.
Yeah.
Not an 83 with 43 free throws, but it's fine.
That's crazy. And
that's a lot of free throws. I don't think I've ever shot 43 free throws in my life. I wasn't very good at basketball.
So this is the week that the set drops, a lawless time drops, Matty, and no events. Ooh, what do you get there?
This is a Prestige Gin Urso from a normal pack.
I do like that the non-foil Prestiges are in the normal packs. Like that's such a good addition.
They're surprising though. They always creep up on you, and then you're like, "Wait, what color is this?" So you're like doing a limited thing. You're like,
the not knowing what color they are is like truly crazy. I know nothing.
Other than that, they're pretty sick. I was super hyped to get this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I didn't get to make it to a pre-release, so like just cracking a box and like hanging out, that was my like lawless time experience.
Yeah, same. No pre-releases for me. I don't think anyone on the team made it to a pre-release.
No, I think we all sort of just bought, some boxes and packs, and maybe did some builds and stuff like that, but no actual like shuffling up and
yeah, I would like to do a KTOD pre-release where we all go get lunch some weekend soon and do a 4-man sealed round robin. Us three, and Steve.
That'd be fun.
Let's do it.
I'd love to do that.
Well, there's no tournaments. I mean
that, yeah.
Teams event, which we'll talk about.
It is a weird period. Like I've played a ton of practice to like figure out, these primers and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm playing so much Star Wars, and like I have no event on the horizon that I can really see.
Yeah,
it feels weird.
So we have this period whenever a new set comes out. It's like a 6-week period where there's no official events, because they take a month for like the SQs and PQs to start, and like coming off a couple weeks where we're rotating off the old set. So yeah, we can jump right into the community events because.
Can I say one quick thing? We can go, but like, because my internet kind of died in the middle of that. I don't know if I froze on your screen. One thing I want to say about this, I don't know if you heard me about opening the box or anything, but one thing I want to say about this set, and I know there's issues with like Carbonite or whatever in God boxes. I opened so many like Hypers, Hypermando, and this is one box. Hyper Stranger, a Hyperfoil.
Rises for Mike.
Like Hyperfoil Han. I put it right in his sleeve this time, Mikey, so
nice.
It won't get ruined.
Yeah, I get a lot of Hyperfoil legendaries.
Chio Fan. And like, if I keep these things in sleeves and they don't bend, like I'm gonna bling out my deck.
Yeah, you should.
Like this feels closer to me like set 1 when I bought 9 boxes and I had all these hypers, but like I got 1.
Yeah.
And you got a lot.
So I'm very happy with opening a gin, and all these hypers. It's been very exciting to open these packs. I'm very happy.
Nice.
Yeah, the regular boxes have more hype to them, and it's weird because we're kind of like immune to it after like Carbon and like some other stuff where it's been like, oh, a showcase here, but like the regular packs are actually really good, and the set's good. Like there's good legends, there's good rares. We just saw some. It's gonna be fun to open these packs.
Yeah, it's dope. Like look at the economics of a game like this and Riftbound are a little different, and I've been opening up a lot of Riftbound packs, and I was like, oh, like Star Wars would be fun to see what I get, but like, will I be that hyped to open the box? And I was, so that was cool.
They've done a great job of prizing like stuff that's just cool looking, top 16 foils, just all types of fun stuff that it's fun. It's not necessarily like moneymaker vibes, but it's fun stuff. It's cool collectibles.
It is cool collectibles, but
good.
you win those stuff, you can still do pretty good off of it. You can still sell those sheets and everything, and I made a decent amount selling showcases, which has been nice from prizes that I won, so that's cool.
Well, not everyone has like 7,000 showcases.
Used
I know.
to. Matty's already asking me about my Secrets of Power showcases that I haven't even received yet, and he's
I'm chomping at the bit for the Satine showcase. Restore
Shotgun.
4, baby.
Restore 4. It could be a Purple King.
we need to stop Matty. Like we were like, yes, Matty's back, he's ready, and now we're like, he's like, guys,
He's over the edge. He's like Willy Wonka.
We're like,
I got a little Wonka.
Mute button.
If you played on a median of this game and you lost to a Satine data vault, it was me. There's only one person playing it.
Maybe you have some acolytes.
Some people today.
All right.
It was
take
fun.
Take it to a sector and get a showcase yourself. Earn it, or actually earn it. I mean, all you gotta do is.
I don't think I'm taking that outside of the same zip code I'm in, but it has been fun.
All right, you can find us at patreon.com/KTOD. We're going to talk a lot about community today, and a lot of that for us is like what's in our Discord, but that we're using that to model like what other Discords and other communities have too. Then you can check out our Instagram, KTOD Unlimited, over on Instagram, and I try and post regularly over there when I have cool pictures. But follow us for free for the podcast and updates. Paid members get decklist videos, streams, and more. Justin's been streaming a lot. Matty's been dropping lots of videos and deck guides, and I've been doing sealed pool videos. So you can check those out. And then we just want to shout out our VIPs before we get to our community talk. Achilles, Beeflo, M, Luna, Emer Hills, FG, Mitch, Dave, ATP, Travis, Rick, Ball, Psychohazard, Sam, Chris, Ty Fabes, Edgy Sith Lord, Dan T, and Michael Fry. I said balls without laughing this week, so good job. Good job by you, buddy.
Yeah, you thought, like, you really thought about it.
I know.
Like you had to really, like, lock in.
I stayed strong. I now only laugh at the Matty eyes hit emoji. Every time I use that, I can't not laugh.
We got the new Steve one too from
the
FFG.
I know, and I wanted to put that in our podcast last week, and I completely forgot because I was under the gun. I have one more thing to talk about before we talk about community. Actually, the opposite of community, because I have a new enemy. A new challenge, a foe has appeared. I don't know if you guys know Ibo from Ibo Academy. But he is he's my sworn nemesis now.
Dude, I know. I saw this. I'm so jealous.
I'm devastated. I called. So, if you don't know, Ibo got to teach Mon Mothma how to play Star Wars Unlimited. That's Ibo playing with Genevieve O'Reilly, one of the great loves of my life. I emailed her agents. I emailed her booking agents. I emailed her manager. Phone calls to Europe. Anyone that would let me interview her, I got nowhere. And then Ibo gets to teach her how to play SWU. This picture enrages me. I can't believe it.
Guess we gotta hop across the pond.
I would have. If they told me that there was a thing at Disney HQ for content creators and you can come but you gotta fly, I would have flown. I would have quit my job. I would have got a new life for this opportunity. Yeah, she looks great playing SWU. With the FFG.
Very cool stuff out of them. I think
actress.
I think that it would be cool if they could do something similar over in the States,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome that they did this at Disney HQ in the UK, and they had so many creators come, and they did it last year. They had General Draven, who I'm not as in love with, but still think he's great. But yeah, I would have just melted if I was in this proximity watching Mon Mothma play Star Wars Unlimited. Would have broke my brain. All right, so one enemy made, but the rest is all about cool community stuff today. So we talked a little bit at the top about how there are no official events, but the community has really stepped up in this period right now. And one thing I'm really excited for is that this weekend, I guess like if we drop this on Friday, this will be Saturday and Sunday, the Nexus 1K Invitational from Spellbound Games over in the UK. I think it's in London. These are all European teams, and they're going to have an open with top 8 making an invitational event on Sunday, playing for $1,000, 1,000 euros.
Ooh, the euro.
Or no,
That's cool.
British pounds. I don't know. They use a different one, right?
I think this is like a perfect time to do these. Yeah.
Two different ones.
What are you gonna say there, Justin?
No, I was going to say
You're
there's
teach
the
us about
euro,
currency?
and then if it's in, we're talking about London with the Mon Mothma, you do have the pound because of Brexit.
Yeah, I think that's the pound symbol. But because it is in London, this event. But one of the things that's, really exciting is because I know, we've been practicing and I've been playing a lot, but like, yeah, not for nothing. You're talking about playing Satine. Like, are people going to play Satine? Or like you just said, you probably wouldn't bring Satine. So like, it's not that it's bad. It's just like, I don't know what to expect. It's really hard to practice and play test when we don't know what people are actually going to bring to tournaments. So we need these. We need these precursor events. This is like how you watch other award shows to see who's going to win the Oscars. Like, this is the event. This is the first one on the calendar. And a lot of eyes are going to be on this stream on Saturday, mine included, because I just want to know what the good players in this event are going to play.
This happens in all formats and games. It's like new set that really crushes. Like, there's no meta at all. Like, this is completely gone. It used to happen in Magic, where there would be like an unofficial SCG, and the Pro Tour would be the next weekend. Because Magic, what they did is they never, the Pro Tour was like directly after a new set,
right?
And they didn't actually have an event in the gap. This is pre like online really taking over. So you'd actually look at like the first SCG or like some unofficial event. TCG players used to have opens too.
Mm-hmm.
Where you'd be like, what are those deck lists? And it wasn't even that they were necessarily like top-notch refined lists, because they couldn't be in that short of time frame. But it just gave you like a baseline of something, and that kind of like let you say like, all right, let's make these decks, let's test against them. Cool, our deck that we've been working on beats these decks. We're in a good spot. Wait a second, it doesn't beat.
Wait a minute.
Have you? And then with like with like online play, with like the first like series of like 8-4s that used to come out in Moto, you'd be like, that list looks good, that list looks good. Your list was net decked.
Who 4-0'd the daily, right?
I know, and I did that on purpose. I was like, I have a brew. I'm going to try and 4-0 the very first daily event on Magic Online, knowing that the pros were going to look at it automatically because it's the only event that's going to have deck lists of that first day. And then, a Magic Pro, Joel Larson, played my deck. Got second at the Pro Tour with my deck,
and it played with a bad man, like with a bad land, like
right? Because it was the very first weekend. I played an island,
Reckoner with an island, and it was it was just a crazy.
And that's how we knew it was net decked for mine, because it was like, oh no,
he Joel, had the land.
I would have messaged you, cut the island.
I remember I like low key started playing Moto again and didn't tell anyone, and I 4-0'd a daily or like kind of early on in a standard format, and I think like Steve DM'd me and it's like Gem Palm Polluter 4-0s this daily and sent me. It's like, are you back? And I was like, whoa, who remembered Gem Palm Polluter, my old Moto name? It's so sick.
People really follow that stuff, and I think like this is what we're here for. I
mean, that's definitely the one thing we miss, because like when you try to play, we're far enough into this, when you try to play online, right? Like, you kind of have an idea, like, okay, like I'm playing against, the decks that I think are good, but then like I want to play against other decks to see what people are brewing or what could be good. And it's like, oh, now I'm starting to lose to all these really weird grindy decks. Are they going to exist? Do I need to be worrying about them? Like, do I need to be worrying about, like Krennic Yellow, like being able to outgrind them? Or like, is it really going to be a fast format? And so like, the data is too wide, and you try to take what you can from it, but without seeing where it's kind of coalescing, like you don't know what problems you need to solve and what problems are okay to have. There's always going to be problems here. Like, no deck is perfect, and it's okay to have problems. It's like, make sure those decks aren't around. Like, is someone going to be playing, what the hell's their name? Bo Katan for 11 in their villain decks? Do I need to worry about that? I hope not, but it could.
Yeah. And we as a team started doing like we just like 1 round per day event just to like start vetting our decks a little bit against each other, because it's so easy to find like random opponents. What's that?
Round two pairings are up, man.
Round 2
Oh, they
pairings
are?
are up. Who am I playing?
You got Vinch.
Oh, really? Dang. What's he playing?
Boba Yellow.
Boba Yellow. Oh, he's gonna smoke me. Oh, I just got a message from
Now
Jack
we're all
about the
looking for our
leaderboard.
tournament pairing.
No, actually, I just got a DM from Jack about the leaderboard. Why it's being delayed.
Is that also updated?
It is not.
What is Steve playing?
I think
He'd be-
Luke did it well.
Steve's playing Luke Dateball. I
Yeah,
don't
nice. I
like my
almost-
chances versus Vinch if he has main deck Planetary Bombardment, but we'll see. So, yeah, if you're checking this out on Friday, or maybe if it's Saturday and it's Saturday morning, check out the Nexus stream. It's gonna be on YouTube on the Nexus channel. I'll have the link in the description. That one is imminent, so you can't sign up for that, but you can sign up for the Cantina Clash, which is the McClunky-hosted 2-day cash event at the Cherry Hill Top Deck Games. And Top Deck just renovated their store to have like a huge gaming arena. And Justin and I are headed in just 3 weeks to this store for our very first Lawless Time. PQ, will we be playing the Chewbacca showcase that I just got in the mail today?
Oh, you got it. Will we be
Whoa.
paired round 1, round 2, round 3?
You got a Chewy showy?
I had to rep.
Nice.
Justin's been working on Chewy. I also
No,
got,
yeah, I love that.
but I also got this from the same guy.
Ooh, baby.
Shout out Sage Leader for hooking me up. But yeah, this Chewy is actually I
That
gotta
is
put it in
sick.
one of my hard cases. I got my showcase cases. But yeah, it's Cantina Clash happening at Top Tech Games. Really excited for this event. KTOD is sending a team. We're sending Ophir, John Tata, and your boy Stevie gets. Stevie's butt is on the road and traveling to Cherry Hill for this team event, and I am fired up that Steve is rolling to this event with them.
I will
Yeah,
tell you,
that's-
if it wasn't for Steve getting married in the fall, he would be attending more events than you. Like, you attend the most, but he would be attending the most out of anyone. And he's like, I don't like SWU or whatever, but he goes to everything. He plays. He loves SWU.
He does love
Stevie
SWU.
loves SWU.
And if he wants to play Luke Data Vault at that event too, I do have this showcase for him as well. It's going in a case too.
That's fine.
So the ultimate tournament experience. So there's 2 days of play at this Cantina Clash, and signups are still open. So go to mcclunky.gg, go to their Discord and sign up. They have a 5K 3v3 team trios. It's a 40 team cap. They seat draft. That means that the decks are known ahead of time, and you draft the pairings. It's a unique leader and base per team, so you can have overlap. You can play 9 aggressive negotiations in your team if you want. They're playing premier rules, but you can only have 1 of each leader and base. So you couldn't have 3 decks that use like the yellow splash base because there are only 2, for example. So
I have an unrelated question.
what's up?
For people that have who are playing 30-point bases in the new format, do you have to have
Yes, a legal one.
You
Yeah, you
can't-
do.
You can't use the VIP bases or the Jabba's Palace Boyle or anything.
The VIP bases are legal because they're JTL.
The acrylic ones are good. They're still legal. But yeah,
They're
like
ATL.
you
Yeah.
can't Dagobah it, you
Yeah,
know, which kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
City in the Clouds works. I'll get my vanilla base tier list out. And then so that's the team event on Saturday. That's the thing that I'm really excited for. But then they're also having a 3K solo premiere event. So just looking at this Nexus event as being what are people going to play? This Cantina Clash is happening on March 21st and 22nd. It's right on the screen. But that's the weekend before it's 2 weeks before
No, it's 2 weeks
PQ
before,
start.
and we're sending the one team. So you're not going to it, Mike? Is that correct?
Right, I'm the backup. If anyone falls
And
out,
Matty,
I will get on a
Matty,
plane
you're
and
not
go.
going either.
No, so all of our wives and kids are going to see a play with my mom, and
Yeah, they're
so
going to see Wicked.
story of my life. My kids are at the age where like that is not a good thing.
Yeah,
for me.
my
Where
kids are
it's
going,
like-
so I'm free.
Yeah,
Maddie's kids aren't going, so he has to stay.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
But
There's three of us.
I'm the
Just my
backup.
wife
Oh,
is
there
going,
is three.
so.
There are three of us. We could do the podcast team.
Oh,
I'll back up.
sick.
Oh, I did get invited to another team though. Someone else asked if I would go with them.
What?
That's really
Who?
funny.
Cuenca and Ben Winterhalter. And like out of all the people
Huh.
in the world who I might team up with for something like this, Cuenca and Winterhalter
Yeah.
are like very high up on the list of people I might
Yeah.
do that for.
Winterhalter would be so fun because he's just
It-
such a goofball, but also
Yeah.
like randomly super serious. But then we'll just like crack up with like a mention of Vampire Whitehawk and Llanowar Elf into Negate.
Yeah. He always,
That's- or-
and his in-game commentary is the best. Like anytime I like kill his, I don't know, like Kaz, he's like, that was my favorite one. He just like
Yeah.
always has those
He keeps
lines.
the chatter
that
up, which
was
I appreciate out of Ben.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Michael, why did you have to have the answer to my cat?
And he always calls me king.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the only KTOD team I could think that I'd be okay with right now.
Yeah. So hopefully they find a third. My plan is to not go right now, but I am itching to play an event. But I am also trying to appreciate that like I just flew 9 out of 10 weekends previous season, and I'm flying, or I'm traveling 9 out of 10
We're on the
weekends
road.
in April and May.
That's a
So
lot. Wow.
right. Yeah. So
you got the hunger. You got the you're hungry like
the,
Fame.
I am. I do have the fame. The only thing keeping me home on one of those weekends is that there are no events because of on 2 of those weekends because there's no PQs scheduled for the weekends that the American SQs are. So otherwise, I would be
True,
playing.
but you're going to one SQ, so that should only impact one.
Right. Oh yeah. So it is only one. And then there's nothing.
London,
I
though.
couldn't find anything the final week of the season. That's the other one. But I could.
Yeah.
I could. It'll be the final week, so I could go somewhere. We'll see. But I'm really excited for the Cantina Clash. It will be streamed by McClunky Gaming, who, in my opinion, just does the best streaming in the game.
They're the best. Yeah.
And then I don't know what they have for commentary, but since I'll be home, maybe I'll hop on for commentary if they're looking. Do a couple rounds here and there because I will be home. So
Get Matty in the announcer's box.
yeah.
Yeah, if I could probably do a little on Sunday, I'll reach out. I'll earn my husband points. The only problem is my home office is literally right here, and I get the Marshall invasions. But
Yep.
I do want to get into that a little more.
All right, let's talk about community. I thought, for one, we could highlight things in our community. I know it might be hard for you to see, Justin, but one of the things that's great about the game in this in-between time is just talking about the game. And I really wanted to shout out our deck threads, which we used to shout out a lot back in the day. They've had disparate pace, but the Chewy Yellow, when I took this picture a couple nights ago, had almost 2,000 messages already. And the Gin Red, 900 messages. And I know that the Chewy thread has been popping off. Even I got pinged in it today. It's now 200 more messages. It's 2189.
Yeah, it's
that's-
CJ.
These are some
and
GTL
me,
numbers.
It's like Sabine early on. It's like the new adopted child.
Our T-Chomp is in there. He just took Chewy to his locals. I've been testing a lot of Chewy to help out Justin because he's been working on Chewy a lot, and CJ too, and just trying to test things. I do have some feedback on the Chewy deck. I was playing it a bunch today with my Dagger Squadron Pilot, so
Boy,
think
I
that's-
changed a few things after we talked last night. Kind of reverted to some other things, but I think it's exciting to get into a deck that you kind of feel comfortable with, and then it's exciting to see what other people are working on. So like I played a ton of Chewy, but I wouldn't say I'm off it, but I'm like, all right, I really want to get back into Boba. There's some different colors of Boba. I really want to explore it. That was my first spot that I thought would be good, and drifted away from it a little bit, but I want to re-engage with Boba. And then like our new teammate Vince just posted a really cool looking blue Lando that I can't wait to try, that uses splash base for Han Solo with green, which is just so smart because if you open that card, you get to then use the credit, not use the credit,
get a credit.
excuse me. But then your Keen and Jarruses are just like
juiced.
It's busted.
Supercharged.
And I love decks that have the god draws. Han Solo, resupply, Falcon stuff.
Yeah.
So that is just like a god draw, and then you still play the Bo-Katan. So that's like really, really cool. So people are discovering things, they're sharing, and it's exciting to like try those things out for sure.
Yeah, and it this is our Discord, but there are a lot of community Discords. There's the Facebook groups. There's just messaging with your friends, hanging out at your local shop. I just think like the energy around the game right now is great. I know a lot of people were worried about rotation and what that meant, and like there always seems to be someone selling their collection online or whatever. But like that's gonna happen no matter what. What I've seen is that like non-carbonite boxes of Lawless Time are sold out. Like at all these stores. It's so hard to get cards.
People pre-releases, which oftentimes like for a set 7 of any game, where like it's not like one of the big major games. By set 7 or 8, your pre-releases are down to like your core fans, and they're like might be like 8 people or kind of like that type of energy. And we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing like 35 people at like no disrespect to like Topeka, Kansas, but like Topeka, Kansas, 35 people pre-release. Like what? I didn't know Topeka, Kansas had 35 people on like the census. You know what I mean? And it's like, I guess people are traveling in.
Man, we're getting so flamed by the Kansans, the Topekans.
Sorry, Topeka.
The KTOD
It is cool to
has
see.
declared war on the KTOD boys.
Reddit thread. These guys don't even like Kansas. Like,
yeah, and I don't know, Justin, do you remember like we used to go to the Versus pre-releases because that was the only time you could get the playmat.
Yeah,
and we'd be like, I got to get first so I can get that sweet Versus playmat. They don't even do prizes like that. Yeah, for these, and people still go.
No,
right.
Their pre-releases are like, I mean, great stores. It's like it's a cup. A lot of stores are like a pack a win or whatever. So it's not really about the prizes. It's about the experience. But yeah, those Versus ones never had like a ton. I mean, Magic's Magic too, right? Magic would have in its heyday would have these numbers, 30 or 40 people, and now we're seeing that for a game that people thought rotation would kind of crush it. I think the opposite's happening. I think people are really excited. And also like Eternal's a thing. Like it's hard to sort of enter into that world, but there's Eternal.
Our Eternal chat is popping off.
I know. I realized we didn't have one. I just made one on a whim. I was like, hey, does anyone want to talk about it? I made deck threads for Eternal, but I didn't do a general chat. And now it's just popping up. People are pinging me, sending me. I get a lot of DMs about lists this week, both Eternal and Premier. But we could.
My Force Throw Django deck, I got to post it.
Oh my god, Force Throw Django.
That's gross.
You ever thrown a Devastator? Matty has it in round 8. You could have just played it.
This is a not real showcase, but it's got my face on it. We could go to an Eternal PQ instead of Cherry Hill. Like Wu and Tada are going to be at Cherry Hill. We could go to the other PQ on the 4th and play Eternal.
Then who would beat Wu and Tada?
I mean, they could just.
I don't know. I can't beat Wu anymore, so I never really could. I guess we'll see. It's my chance. I gotta take him out.
I've only played against him once, but it did not go well. I drew 42 cards, but none of them were TDR or sneak attack. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. That was crazy.
It is what it is.
They're just like all at the bottom.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was sad. So community threads, they're great. Go talk about decks. Like everyone's super excited for this new format, and like just seeing what isn't being played. How do we wrap our heads around these new leaders? Everything's great. And if you watch the FFG stream on Wednesday this week, like they're playing Dedra, they're playing Chewy, a lot of cool decks out there, and like a lot of things are playable. And because nothing feels really overpowered, everything's on the table. And I know, like, to me, even the decks that I think are like pretty good do not feel overpowered at all.
It's kind of wide open. It really depends on like how things shape up just to make the next iteration. But I haven't found anything that I'm like, yep, I'm beating everything. Go next. Like, it seems like there's a lot of give and take, which I like, and also like you can do powerful stuff. So like I think rotation is shaping up to be very nice.
It's also new stuff. So like I think Talzin is certainly good.
Yeah.
But even the thing with Talzin is like Talzin wasn't like a major component of the last set meta. Like it did win some majors, but it kind of like came out of nowhere and won some majors. It wasn't like it was ever 25% of the meta.
Right.
So, and Boba doesn't seem like it's taking over to that degree. I mean, we haven't seen events, but just playing around. We're not seeing like, oh, I played a boba, I played another boba, I played another boba. So you play a Talzin a few times. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit, what's coming and stuff like that. It's not the most engaging, like, new experience. But it's also not something we're duplicating. It's not like we're playing against Han, Yoda, Sabine again.
No,
is a little different.
and I think the thing that'll end up being the most widespread, and it won't be tied to any like leader or base. It'll be tied to like pilot leaders, because they end up being the most like skewed aspect of the game. And because there's so many different pilot leaders, like we could end up saying we might analyze metas by saying like, well, this percent, like 20% were JTL pilot leaders because people are playing Kaz, Vonreg, Vader, Poe, stuff like that. Wedge is really hot right now in the streets.
Dude, Wedge Yellow. I finally beat Wedge Yellow with my blue-green Data Vault deck, and I had to just like take a moment because sometimes they just like go effing ham on you,
Deck's
and
good.
you don't draw like tree, or you draw one, but they have a million pilots. So they're like, oh, well, let's go to the next ship. It's tough.
As always, I just want to play the best AT Holler deck. That's
Holler
what I
is
wanna
pretty
play.
good, man.
Sadly, it won't be with this card. RIP.
I think that the pilot leaders, and I might eat my own words here, but like I think they're going to have to be gated by the pilot leaders that go on bigger ships, because for the cheaper ones, like you have Tree, you have Constable, like you still have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but it's all locked in just like red.
Yeah, I also think just like maybe there's aggressive decks, like there are.
Yeah,
like,
I dropped for a sec.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna say, where was I in my rant? Or were we
We're
over?
talking about
You said
pilot leaders
Constable.
being guarded and Constable and stuff.
Yeah, like if those pilot leaders go on the cheap ships, like I think they're really easy to remove, except for like Luke.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think there's definitely some cool decks. I lost to a Sebulba the other day.
I like
It
Sebulba.
felt really fast. That's a deck I need to explore more.
I spent a lot of time on it originally, but it's tough. You only get so many reps, and there's so many different decks to try.
So many things. To
I
try.
don't like Sebulba, but maybe I like every Sebulba I play just like gets bricked by a Sentinel, and then it's like don't do anything.
Well, you can commence the festivities. You can beguile. You can arrest. There's a lot of different things that.
Yeah, maybe they just aren't playing enough. The ones I'm facing aren't playing enough interaction.
Yeah, I think you do need that interaction, and I don't think my posted one has a lot of interaction. And then some cards just get like a lot better. I've been playing against OB Blues that play turn 2 the Ghost and then buff it immediately, and it's like,
I love that.
That's not fair. I mean, yeah, then you gotta like not play something on turn 2.
Oh right,
Just, like, have a
on
2
turn
drop.
2. Oh right, because they get it out early.
Yeah.
They get it out so fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're just like
I had Mike
yellowing.
order. That was the card I looked at, and I was like, I want Mike to order me this card because I don't have it, and I think it's the
My Justin needs this.
The Ghosty?
Yeah, before we went to kind of really our public stuff being the podcast, I actually had a video queued up that was like, buy these cards quick because they're going to be like really spike with a new good rotation, and that was my number one card actually because of that exact interaction. I know our team had like, when I was looking at the lists, and Tada and Wu did some prep early on, they had a Crucible. Not Crucible. What's the card that gains life? The 4/6, the limited bomb, the blue-white card in the last set.
The blue-white limited bomb.
Coronet. So they
Oh,
like,
Coronet.
And I
That was 5,
like,
yeah.
I played a game, and someone ghosted me, and I was like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, Sentinel, it's. But then one of the things we're seeing is like Beguile, such a staple. Like people have things for like Sentinels. Sentinels aren't taking over as much as I thought they would.
No, but we also
think-
got a huge new package of Spectres that are like all
the
here
Spectres
and
are
ready to
specting.
go. I don't have a Hyper Cane.
I think I crutch saying Beguile too much though. Like not everyone's playing Beguile. So sometimes,
No,
and
well,
like you said, they're not developing. So and like if you still can cheat out the dude, you just do it again.
Right.
So you know what? F Beguile. Slam your sentinels down, man.
All right,
Dude, I've been playing. Wait, I need to get an intro to Hoth because I've been playing Luke from Hoth.
Oh, don't worry. You can have mine. I'm not going to be using those.
Dude,
I bought those for Ozzel. And,
why couldn't they at least give him 7S?
The 7/7 ship, the 7/7 blue ship I needed. What's next? Oh, yeah. So the other thing people have been posting about are sealed pools. Like, this is pre-release time, and I think a lot about limited, and I have been thinking about limited since this game dropped. And people would post pools and talk about pre-releases, but we're what, 4 months away from Worlds, where the first 3 rounds are draft of the whole event, and like, are people finally starting to pay attention to limited? People going to finally start caring about limited? I know that's something that, like, the Draft Sealed Cube channel in our Discord is one that I check every day, and I don't know where people are talking about limited otherwise, but
Right.
I strongly suggest people should get on board with limited, even though sealed is not draft. It's still practicing playing a certain type of cards. And yeah, I love people posting their pools, and this one on the screen now is an example of, like, my friend Clint from Australia, and he posted his pool, and, like, we kind of talked about it, and he ended up changing it for his later rounds, and I think, like, saw that maybe one of his other colors was better. But a lot of people are just posting Stanny, just like, this is the pool I had that went 3-0, 4-0, and I've been loving that.
Oh, yeah, he
you
was
put a
crushing
call
everyone
out,
with that
Matty,
thing.
for people to post their awesome sealed pools today, and this was one of them.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun to see what people are cooking, especially if, like, you can't make it to one, so you can kind of see, like, what they experience, or sometimes they'll post the whole pool or talk about it. This limited is slowly becoming it was already my favorite in other games, but it's slowly becoming my favorite Star Wars Unlimited experience as well.
Yeah, and I think listening to people and seeing these interactions is a good way to see, like, what leaders are beating other leaders and what leaders people are winning with, because that's something that, like, all the theory in the world, in my opinion, like, can't really solve. Like, we think it's going to go one way, but when you actually get the cards on the table, sometimes things go another way, and you learn pretty quickly that there are good, like, Kit Fisto decks, like from the Legends of the Force set. Like, if you do have the Kit Fisto deck in draft, it's really good. You can suit up Kit Fisto with 3 lightsabers, and it's really hard to stop. Things like that.
Yeah, I can't wait to dive in. I think it's a really hard format, this one.
Yeah.
The multicolors and the splash base. I think both those things interacting with each other is really interesting. How are you going to use that? How are you going to approach it? Are you going to try to splash a bomb, or 2 or 3, or are you going to try to add another layer to your curve to make sure that you don't miss a key early play, and say, I'm going to play 2 extra turn 1s, 2 extra turn 2s, an extra turn 3, just to really reinforce those first 3 columns that are so important to limited, and then if you draw them, you resource them later in the game, which is the benefit of this game. I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest. Like, I'm curious, like, what you do if you open, like, 2 Zebs or something and can't play blue, white, red, but you want to splash them, but then you also don't open enough 2s. Like, in game, do you, like, use the base before you draw the bomb that you haven't drawn yet that would win you the game?
Right.
It's gonna be a really hard decision sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
because you draw to a turn, and oftentimes you're seeing the cards you want to see. So, like, especially
in the 30-card deck, yeah.
If you have a 30-card deck and you have 2 bombs, but you, like, might miss your 4-drop, do you just use the base or not? I honestly don't know the question. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what
It's
I love
cool.
about these, and I actually, like, as much fun as this is, like, imagine if this was the World's draft format. Like, it would be crazy. Like, multicolor splash bases. That's just
It would look cool as
insane.
hell on stream. And, like, a format like this where there's so many decision trees, like already limited has a bunch, but now you're throwing in this layer that you guys just identified. I think we are going to see the best players rise to the top in this limited format, like, more than the others, because, like, there's just more opportunity to make mistakes in your build process.
We did a team draft the other night, and I had a pretty interesting, I had Hera, and I couldn't find any heroic things to splash. So I ended up just having like a straight green-blue Hera deck using the splash base, and I think I had like maybe Chopper and one other card that I could use Hera's ability for, but otherwise it was just straight up using the splash base. So like, I don't know, I'm glad I got a Hera draft under my belt, but like, man, I wanna be drafting every day. I like, this is where having Magic Online, I would probably get no work done. I would get no sleep. I would just stay up drafting all night if they had Magic.
Yeah,
Arena
it would be cool to have that. Well, luckily it's pretty easy to pull extra people into a draft. If you don't start it like at 9 o'clock,
it's just not as quick. And like Magic Arena, you can like draft, not play the games. You can play the games the next day.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we don't have the same setup, that's for sure.
No. Here's another 4-0 deck.
Yeah, Zefki VIP crushed it.
Yeah.
I see a Finn.
3
IG.
3 of the Sentinel droid, the 2/1 Sentinel.
Oh my
droid.
god. Yeah, that's gross. Good job, Zefki.
Yeah, good
4-0.
job. Nice 4-0.
Max. Yeah. Oh, we got rid of Max Repo, man. And like sometimes, honestly, in these pools, like you just need like, and I think he said it in his, like, you probably just need a body to throw freaking mastery on. And like,
yeah, MP Henson has 2 masteries in this
That looks
spell.
disgusting. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh
all,
my God.
all 2s, 3s, 4s, and Zebs and a Tanib and masteries. That looks filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
what
a
those other cards
that's a
are.
draft deck. He drafted that between
Still,
pre-releases.
That's filthy.
Yeah, but that's the power of a draft, right? It's like, oh, I'm just gonna draft these 2 colors and take everything, and they're open. But yeah, 2 mastery Zeb and like infinite 2s and 3s. That's the dream.
And the
I'll take that.
Tantives, dude. Those things are.
Take
those
that literally
slugs, yeah.
any draft.
Drafts tonight,
holy
Mike.
smokes.
I just got pinged in the Discord, and I'm like, who's pinging me? And it's Justin asking for drafts tonight. I'd be down. Vince is down. Vince can scoop my game versus him to draft.
You can play it for draft.
So one thing I thought we could do in future episodes is like shout out other communities. So if you want to shout out your community, send me an email to swu.ktod@gmail.com, or you could just do swukTOD. You don't need the punctuation there. Just subject community highlight. Tell me about your community. Drop a couple pictures, and I'll make some slides and put in the slideshow, and we'll shout out a community every episode of SWU Hype Train.
I'm gonna.
That's a great idea.
Start us off. Shout out to the OGs, the SWCCG peeps. Shout out to not Bobby Sapphire, but Mike Gem, Deck 104.
Shout out to Deck 104.
Deck
Chris
104.
Schoenthal, Lee, Scott Lingrel, the OG.
Warren Holland, who
Emma-
started it all,
Warren Holland,
without whom we would not be here.
Bastian Winkelhaus, we got to see in Germany. Emma Wallen, who we almost saw in Germany, but he broke his ankle. Hope he gets better.
Tartags.
Dan VIP. We had 2 VIPs from the SWCCG games. It's what brought us all together.
All my cool
Way back.
SWCCG stuff is out of reach, but I've got my World Championship mugs. I've got so many OTSDs. Oh, actually, there was a cool post about OTSDs online. Ooh, I have an uncut sheet too. And I had the idea to like get autographed softball cases for them. You had a lot of uncut sheets there.
Yeah.
I have my Macquarie art.
And also the Premiere.
Cool. So I'd love to shout out a community every week. So please ship that so I can start shouting out communities. Matty's still been cracking the Premiere guide, so I wanted to just kind of give a preview to what's next on the Premiere guide front. And Sabe Data Vault or Sabe Green?
Data Vault drops early next week. The Queen Shadow. I did some research to get some nice quotes and learned a little bit about her. She apparently like pops off in the comic books. But yeah, we talking about like, decks that I think are good or worth knowing or onboarding yourself to. I think, green, yellow hero.
Yep.
Has all the tools. You got your pilot angle with Chewbacca, and the new Falcon is a great addition where it can like hit and then pump Sabe. You got your Beguiles, you got your Bog Downs.
Yeah, I'm looking
Just like a
forward to
good
this.
suite of cards.
I need to get some games with this. I've been really underwhelmed by hero cards, but I need to sort of like force myself to play them.
Yeah, this was an early front runner for me, and then I kind of put it down and then did some other guides and then came back to it, made some changes, and it felt really solid. And so like I've talked about it, but these tools, like you get in there, you learn what the deck's about, you see why I made my decisions, you take that, you start playing with it, make it your own. And then there's like, VODs and stuff like that. So you can kind of like see my thought process as I talk out my games. So get like 4, just like a nice little bite-sized package for you.
Yeah, I love it. I think these are fantastic, and the feedback has been amazing. The Luke Skywalker one, is this one out already?
It will be. It drops, for us tomorrow, but by the time this pod launches, it will be out.
Okay.
After seeing the cover of like the Vader one with that like fake TIE fighter, I went back and like reworked the TIE fighter on that page and then on here. But Luke Data Vault is one of my spoiler to people who can't see the curated, is one of my top 3 decks in testing right now. I very much like it. I think it's very strong.
Really good.
And so
all right, I have to make one correction though. Luke wasn't Rogue 5, right? Luke was never Rogue 5. He was Red 5.
Red 5. Oh, yep.
But I don't think he was
Rogue 1, but he was a Snowspeeder Rogue 1. I'm not sure if that matched up. It's interesting, like when the X-Wings went up and if they were Rogue, was he Rogue 5?
Well, not. I mean, Rogue Squadron wasn't around then, right? Because they named it after what happens at the Battle of Scarif.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Luke was ever Rogue 5. I think by then he was probably just Rogue 1. But I don't know. When they started, Empire takes place a couple years after A New Hope. So like maybe he did start as Rogue 5. I'm not sure.
Let's see. Who used Rogue 5? According to the internet, I don't see Luke on here. So we'll have to fix that. That could be Red 5. I am the worst at Star Wars.
Yeah, no, just, hey, someone else would have.
I knew that the quote's right. He said that quote.
Yeah.
The Durasteel S-foils, the KX-9 laser cannon.
Yeah,
it's all from the Wikipedia.
You nailed it. Everything looks good except Luke's call sign. He's Red 5. Rogue leader.
Boom.
All right, what's next? Oh, community questions. We had some awesome questions.
Oh yeah.
I asked for these a couple weeks ago, and I really wanted to talk about this one. I got to imagine a lot of people go through this because I know I have, and Stanny has, because he said, something I noticed in myself after Milwaukee and looking back at PQs over the last 6 months is I rarely am able to start the day 2-0 or 3-0. I can often dig myself out, at least still contend making cut on day 2, but I'd rather not do that. Consistently going forward, I'm starting to ask around to see what some actionable things I can do to help fix that trend in my events. To open up to larger discussion, those who may have different pockets of rounds or times where they seem to underperform, what are some actionable things we can do other than practice, essentially? So, like, I know for me, I would often go, like, 3-0, 4-0, and then lose one of those, win a couple more, and then have a win and in. And then either win and lose my win and in. And it would often be like, I'd win till the lunch break, and then I'd eat, and then I would lose.
That's
Things
a
like
pattern that happens, yeah. That's how I am too. I feel like I usually get a head start. It can be really deflating though. We played enough games to know that when you get that first loss and you can't get the second one or you can't get the third one, when you get a first one early, it feels so it's like monumentous to like you're like, how do I ever day 2? How do I ever top when you're like 1-1, right? And you're like, I gotta like win 6 in a row. Like it's probably not gonna happen, like that type of thing.
Right. Hard not to think negatively.
Exactly.
Been there
in that spot, but
I think
you gotta just play each game individually. That to me I think is really important. Like not looking at it and saying like, yeah, I gotta win 5. Like no, you just gotta win the next one in front of you and then see what happens because that's ultimately the only thing you can do.
I think there's also like some physiological things you can do. Like I get really sluggish minded if I like eat too much. So on PQ days, like like some of the earlier PQs is like, well, I don't want to eat, but I want to be energized and I'd eat like a bag of fucking Sour Patch Kids. It's like, okay, we got to fix this. So like one of the main PQs I topped, I brought like a little lunchbox and I had like almonds and like bougie smoothie pouches and like I made sure I drank. And so it was like, I wasn't eating a lot, but I was like, when I was eating, it was a little bit and it was like very nutritious. And that worked for me, right? Everyone's different. But like, I think like what happens in these events and they take so long is like if you're not listening to yourself in that way, like listening to your body and also like, resetting your mental, which is like another point of it, you're gonna hurt your percentage points.
So
Absolutely.
my routine, which like I've been developing for years, and I feel like I've been really successful lately with it, which is like pick a song, and so like, and this is going to what you're saying about like treating every game as one game. Like I try and get into the same mindset every game, which is like I drink water, I go to the bathroom, I have a sip of Coke or Pepsi, something with caffeine. I put on my headphones while I shuffle. I listen to the same song before every single round. I treat every round the same, and then if I'm successful, I'm never thinking ahead, and I'm treating every single game like the one game that I have to play by having a per game routine of like I take the page off my pad the same way. At the same time, I dump my tokens the same way. I introduce myself the same way. I just do everything the same, so it's just rote. And that works for me. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about when I saw this question, was just how like the same thing Justin mentioned, which is like treat every game the same, don't think ahead, just like win the game in front of you. But I think you can take what Matty's saying too and combine it and be like, just make these physiological triggers, do everything exactly the same, treat every game the same, and that consistency keeps my head in the game, keeps my body in the game, and ultimately lately it's been working.
It has. Triggers are a huge, like Josh Waitzkin wrote this book. I think it's called like A Fire Inside or something. It's about mental triggers. And if you want to go back into the archives, a year ago, I did a SWU Academy called like a tournament guide, and it touches on some of this stuff too. That's on the KTOD Matty channel.
Sweet. Yeah. I love thinking about like the mental aspect of it.
You should get that Waitzkin book. I'll link it to you.
Yeah, I'm down. I love Searching for Bobby Fischer, one of my all-time favorite movies about Josh Waitzkin.
Oh, it's called The Art of Learning. Anyway.
Yeah, he's a hyper learner. I learned about him a lot, his adult life, when I was reading the Tim Ferriss books, 4 Hour Body, 4 Hour Work Week, stuff like that, 4 Hour Chef. All right, Sammy Fit. Great question. Games Health, USA versus Europe. It's almost 2 years after release and with the first rotation approaching, or actually already happened. What's your assessment of the game's health from an economic and a competitive perspective? And do you think there's a gap in skill level between the US and Europe, Justin, or is the level similar? We've been to Europe twice.
I think the European players are really good.
Yeah. Me too.
I talked to Tim, our new teammate, about this actually before he was our teammate, maybe in the process of becoming our teammate. He said, "Hey, who do you think's better?" And I said, if you just like added up all the European top players and added up all the American top players, there's probably more Americans. Not saying like like they're better than like the top Europeans, but it might just be like more if you just like literally listed like screen names or something like that. But I think like when you get into like just like the grinders, the people that you're going to run into a PQ at like 3-0, I've happened to think that the Europeans are maybe better. I think there's a lot of like process and thinking. Like when we went to Paris, it was like, all right, a close match. They're thinking about each component, each turn, each action, each what cards I could have and stuff like that, in a very like sort of like meticulous manner, or sort of like computational, mathematical manner. My opponents were like that. I didn't feel like I got any like free wins because maybe you were playing someone more inexperienced or something. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think I certainly don't think there's an American advantage.
Yeah,
I think that there's good players in both spaces. There isn't like a lopsided side of things, to be honest.
and people are fervent about the game over there. The London SQ sold out in a day or whatever, 2 days.
Yeah, I mean they're crushing it. I think like they're gonna be carrying the like, the load like as the game continues to go on. Like I think Europe is gonna be the big cash cow for a lot of this stuff. I know that's not the question, but
they sell out all their sectors. You certainly got like 2 of the top players in the world are Sip and Benton, who are really like champions of the game over there, and then other
sickos.
Fantastic players too. We're really excited to have Tim. But Fame, #1 player in the world on the leaderboard.
The only thing I would note like more and it's like interesting is like it's cool to see the different decks that do well on different sides. Like there is definitely a distinct and different meta.
Yeah.
Just like I think there is East Coast to West Coast in the United States, which is
Sure.
basically like two different countries. But that's what I see more of is different play styles than like who's better. Because I think like you addressed at the top level, there's just so many good players.
There's so many good players.
We could look at that Nexus list, that Nexus event deck list, the top 8 on Sunday, and be like, fucking Europeans. Like, this is crazy. Colossus, they're all playing Colossus decks.
Yeah, they're all
Sarah's
playing like Krennic
Colossus
or something. Like, yeah, it could get weird, and that's cool. And that's interesting.
All right, quick pulse check. How interested are you in Eternal?
I would say it's at the bottom of the list of like premier limited Eternal for me right now because both the set's new, so there's a rotation that's very new, and then so that does limited in rotation. But when I see things like people doing crazy endless legions with like 4 or 5 crate dragons, that kind of perks my ears up, and I'm like, what is happening over in Eternal? It's like, what's going on in the basement? Like, there's a lot of noise coming from the basement.
I think
I gotta
in
get
a
work
sense
done up here.
Not the Beckett combo decks, but like it is sort of the oldest format. It's the one we have been playing because we have been playing Eternal, right? So we've been playing set 1 through 6 Eternal, and now it's set 1 through 7 Eternal. Although there are the Twin Suns cards.
The Twin Suns cards, I think, are kind of bonkers.
Right? How do you account for those?
That's a real confusing
When's that out?
side of things.
But you can't use the leaders, right? Or do they just
You can use anything you want.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Everything's legal.
You just probably wouldn't because they like pair.
Yeah. But like some of them are good. I don't know. I think that I will say, like, especially Mike, for you and I who are like chasing you're like chasing player of the year and I'm chasing the top 32 or wanting to maintain it. It's not right now sector regional things. So
yeah,
it is. I mean, PQs you want those points, but sectors and regionals are really like the focal point there. So.
Yeah, for it to be the first weekend, there are 2 Eternal PQs on the first weekend of the year. It is tempting to go and be like, well, it's complete chaos. No one really knows what's going on. And can I just play a busted deck? But I also feel like I'm going to show up with Django and people are going to be like, dude, Django? Come on, we're playing Eternal out here. Like, you never had your Django.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I think it's cool too, like when a format gets like a little more stale, right? Like when you get to the end of a season and you're waiting for the next set to come out, so maybe you like can't put as much Premiere doesn't make sense. Like you can get some of the Eternal time, learn the foundation, and then set yourself up for like when the next set drops or
Yeah.
I love that it exists. I just haven't thought of it yet. But I like
it's
cool
not a
to see
Worlds
people
format.
come.
It's always going to be at the bottom of the rung for me.
Right.
So
Above
D-House
Twin Sons
asked,
for you.
how much of my soul do I need to sell to get Mike to play Twin Sons with me? D-House from Unplayable
Just
asked
making
this.
it
There's just no, there's just no world where I would ever.
There's no percentage, like 80% of a man's soul.
What do I care about his soul? I mean, I don't need it. I don't want his
about
soul.
your
I don't want him to
soul.
sell his
Justin
soul.
said there's no such thing as 0%. So it has to be above 0.
It would have to
is.
be like he wanted to do something for charity that I would play Twin Sons. So D-House,
There
you
you
want to
go.
organize some kind of charity thing, as a. Well, I'm not going to talk about D-House's personal life, but he works with people. He's a spiritual leader in his community, and if he wants to organize some kind of charity and it involves me playing Twin Sons, I will do it.
There we go. We figured it out.
I just don't want him to sell
Twin
it.
Sons for charity.
All right, charity.
Dude,
Has
I
to
had
be
a great
charity.
time in Milwaukee drinking
That's great.
a Miller Lite, playing a little Twin Sons in the lobby.
Yeah, I don't like fun. So there you go. All right. I think this is the last one, but our boy Jay Crandall 1019 is asking, what is your prediction for the first premier event winner? So that is, I think that's technically Palm Springs, right? Is that the first sector?
Yeah, but that's limited.
Oh, I'm thinking premier is like a major event. Okay, premier event winner. Oh, what's the
So
first?
it could be
I
like
guess
a
like the Nexus
3K
thing. Who's
or
winning? Who's winning the
1.6.
Nexus thing this weekend? Let's make a prediction.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, even though I don't know if it's the play. Oh, Talzin, yeah.
Sorry, Justin. What'd you say? You broke up for me.
I'm gonna go with Talzin.
Okay.
Very European pick, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I should open up my email and see what Yahoo Sarah's been playing, but I'm gonna say whatever Yahoo Sarah's been posting about on
52 cards. Is he
Metafy,
back?
52 card, like Colossus something. Go ahead, Matty. You go. I'm gonna. Search.
I'm just gonna go with the old tried and true. Like I think Luke Datavault is one of those decks that comes out early in a format and can really make waves, and then maybe like as people kind of figure it out, maybe that's not the case. But yeah, I like Luke Datavault right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're
Sarah's
right. Yeah,
playing
Euro
Lando
Sarah's gonna play
Datavault.
some
Not Datavault,
52 card
Lando,
Lando deck or
Lando
something.
Colossus.
There's been a lot of I've seen a lot of Obi Virgins and a lot of Lando decks online. I can't figure out how real they are. And like the Krennic decks, sometimes like I'll play these grindy decks and I'll get whacked, but then I go to play it and I'm like, this ain't working for me. Like
I see they're seeing a crazy list right now and cracking up, or like laughing at like the morning riddle because he's like an old man.
No. Yahoo Sarah is posting. I can't access it because I don't have like Metafy logged in on my phone. But he's been posting Leia content, and I don't know if it's this Leia from the new set, and I don't know if it's this Leia from Secrets of Power. But I'm gonna go with Leia, green blue. That'll cover all my bases.
I like it.
I hope so, because I was trying to play Leia Datavault because I got that showy
Baby.
Secrets Leia. But like sometimes you just fall a little too far behind. So I just am not cooking properly. I don't know how it's a new Leia. That thing costs 2 resources to pump.
I don't know what Yahoo Sarah's cooking over there, but it could be this Leia Colossus.
Dude,
So,
that would be
we'll
wild
see.
to me. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna take some learnings.
All right, now
Steve,
now
I
the
always
thing
forget that
everyone's
we
been
have
waiting for. I left it for the end this time. I have no idea what he's got going on. So let's see
God.
what's up with Stevie's butt.
Star Wars Unlimited is the greatest game ever. You guys had a week off. Seems like people got lackadaisical in my absence. So we're back with a vengeance. What the fuck, FFG, Star City Games. I don't know which one of y'all are responsible, so I'm just gonna hold everyone in contempt. Why is every event like an hour to an hour and a half away from the airport? I mean, let's not even talk about how inaccessible Prague is for an American. I get it, we win a lot of events. We didn't do well in Paris. Do you really need to block us from coming to your regional? I don't think that's necessary. Also, how come nobody actually cares about the players? Milwaukee. Yes, we're back on Milwaukee. Yes, it's all deja vu. Where are my prizes? How come nobody's even responding to my emails? I emailed Organized Play at Star City Games, who said Tada could pick up my prizes. Then Tada tried to pick up my prizes, and they told him, no, sir. I emailed them. They didn't even respond. I'd have a little bit more respect for y'all if you told me to just fuck off. Out of luck. Luke
Pound sand.
Showcase all over again. If you're looking for a well-run event, check out the McClunky Cantina Clash. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's going to be a banger of a team event. I know Tim's going to run a very smooth and well-oiled machine. Star City Games, FFG. Maybe you should send some scouts to see how the real pros do it.
All right. Well, if anyone is well oiled, it's Tim.
Yeah,
He is a well
Steve-
man. The
Steve
blinker,
sounds like
dude. The
Wow.
blinker got me
Yeah, the
so good.
blinker's good.
He didn't turn
Sounds
his
like
radio
Saw.
off either. I don't know if you could hear it, but the radio was playing too.
That was a good one. I like that one. It is true though. All their events are like really
Yeah.
hard to get to from other places. Like Tim came over and we were super hyped that he came to the regional. We were like geeking out, like, oh man, like leaderboard guy from Europe. But like he had to come to Milwaukee from like all the way over there.
I know.
It's like
Yeah, that's a tough trip.
Hard flight.
One of our European subs, Dr. Alak, was messaging me today about a spicy deck he's been brewing, and he said he's going to Prague over London because London's like an hour and a half from the airport, and the one in Prague is like right near the airport, so he can just land and go. And like where Atlanta's an hour away, London's an hour away, and Palm Springs has an airport, but a lot of airlines don't fly direct to it, so it's become a real problem.
Yeah, I have to fly to San Diego and drive.
Yeah,
2026 is not the best layout they've done.
Really don't want to miss.
I'm gonna be honest.
A limited sector in America. I have a nice streak going. I would like to go.
That's the Palm Springs.
Yeah,
dude. Like I mean, for next year, I don't care. Like I don't care if it's not the sexiest place ever. Just like make it accessible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it easy for people to get to. Like clearly, there's an interest for like Americans to go to Europe and Europeans to go to America.
yeah. Just
Like,
have it
what
in
are the
cities-
big airports like Orlando?
Even any city with an international airport or a big airport, like they've got places to go. You know what I mean? Like I've played cards in Detroit. We just were in Milwaukee and it was amazing. You know, everywhere we go has been great. Mesa's, I guess, the only one because of where the con was, but like that's a good city. There are places to go. Just the con wasn't there
Yeah,
anything.
great hotels. Yeah, they need.
But-
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope Steve gets his prizes.
That'd be great.
I really wish that they had given him to Tada, or I knew that Tada didn't get him, and I would have tried to use some leverage to get him and drive him home for him.
Right.
But we'll see. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I think
No,
we hit
the laughing at the blinker like just took all the energy
Like
out.
all
I'm
your
gonna,
energy, all the
Nice.
laughter.
The
We
blinker
gotta,
was
we're
too
gonna go
good.
draft.
You guys have fun. I'm gonna play some Teen Data Vault and fall asleep.
All right, sounds good. We'll catch you next week, and we'll talk about the Nexus results and who knows what else. But hopefully one of the communities, don't forget to email me that, and have a good weekend.